going on, guys? It is June 7th, 2023, and the one I'm about to show you right here, another technician went out, did a leak search, found some bad valve cores on a hot gas line. So I go back, replace the valve cores. He said he had also found other leaks, but I wasn't sure where the leaks were, but they were very minute leaks. So I replaced the valve cores and I put some of the leak sealant in. It's a different leak sealant than I usually use. I usually use the one and done. I use a different one this time. And then I charge with our 422B. And then it's not my favorite service call, but you know, when I'm working on this old equipment like that, you know, you kind of do what you got to do. So that's what I did here. So take a look. All right, guys. Got a unit here. It apparently has a leak. Another technician found the leak. Said it was leaking from valve cores. So, not sure if he replaced the valve cores or not. We're going to replace the valve cores. We're also going to put some stop leak in it, just in case that has other leaks, because it is an older unit. I believe it's R22. Yep. HCFC 22. So whatever remaining refrigerant we have in there, we're going to take out. We're going to put in our 422B along with the leak sealant. I am not using the one and done today. I am using a different brand, and I'll show that to you here in a few minutes. Okay, yeah. See, this is the problem with having all these access fittings on a hot gas line. Those Schraders, this hot gas coming out of this compressor will melt these Schraders. And it not only has one, it has two. So it doesn't surprise me that these Schraders failed. You guys, I've said it before in other videos, if you do maintenance on units that have valve cores on hot gas lines, replace those valve cores every time you service it. You know, it's not a bad idea to replace them all, but definitely replace valve cores every time you service one on a hot gas line, because they will melt and they will leak. You can see, look at all this oil. That's a massive amount of oil. All right, guys, we got the Infocon Whisper here we're going to try out today. This is not mine. It's a coworker's. This leak has already been found, but I am going to put some nitrogen on it after I replace all those leaky valve cores, and I'm going to test it out. This is an ultrasonic leak detector. It comes with this little cheap headset, but it also has a gauge here also. You can increase the sensitivity by this little slide bar here, and it's got a power button. So I already kind of tried it out on another call this morning. It works pretty good. It detects the sound that a leak makes, so it doesn't really pick up any talking. It will if you blow into it, like a high volume blow, though. If you kind of just breathe into it, it really doesn't pick that up. But it picks up the noises like a pinhole leak or something would make. It's pretty cool. This probably isn't one of the best ultrasonic ones you can buy. This was actually pretty cheap. I think he said it was about $250, but I am in the market for a new leak detector, so I'm going to try out a few different ones before I make a decision, because they can get pretty expensive. By the same company, by Infocon, they have the D-Tech Stratus, which is $1,000, and it's a very nice leak detector, but that's pretty pricey. And now they also have which is one step lower, also has the D-Tech 3, which has an infrared sensor. I think I am going to go after the D-Tech, something in the D-Tech or Infocon, because they have the infrared sensor in it, not a heated diode. So I am really interested in the infrared one. So we're gonna try this thing out today eventually, and we'll see how it works, see if it picks up anything. All right, I've got about 48 PSI on it now, and I just wanted to show you guys this. I got the leak detector on right now, and you can use it without the headphones. It will make an audible beep. Of course, you won't be able to hear it, but I'll show you when I get close to this valve core here. You can see it definitely is leaking. I wish there was a way I could hook this stand by. Now I've got that right on the valve core, and I can hear it in the headphones. Let me know if you guys can hear it. Now I've moved it off there. You can't hear it now. This one's leaking really bad. Let's try a couple of the other ones. We'll do it without the headphones. Turn the sensitivity up. Okay, so that one's not leaking. Neither is that one. And neither is that one. But this one is. And this one, when we take the cap off, will. All right, I put my 2 new valve cores on my hot gas lines, and I'm just gonna see if these are still leaking. Nope, it's not picking up anything now. Very cool. All right, and I already checked those three aren't leaking. All right, I'm gonna blow that little bit of nitrogen, and we are gonna attempt to pull a vacuum on this. I'm not sure how deep it's gonna get, because I suspected it had another leak somewhere. But we're gonna see what it gets down to anyway, and we're gonna add some leak sealant, and then we're gonna charge it with 422B. All right, we got the vacuum pump hooked up. We're pulled down to about 1880 microns and dropping. We're gonna let it go for a few minutes. We'll see what it gets down to. Yeah, I don't expect this one to get down really low. I'm just kind of seeing what it's gonna get down to, because I do suspect more leaks on this thing. We're gonna get it down as low as we can, and then fill it with 422B and then the leak sealant. So we're just really gonna see what it gets down to. If I can get it under 1,000, perfect. It's down to 1,500 now, so if I can get under 1,000, I'll be happy, but just getting down as low as we can before we add the refrigerant. All right, while my vacuum's finishing, I figured I'd show you guys the leak sealant I'm gonna use today. It's the AC Smart Seal Quick Shot. 3-in-1 with UV dye and cool enhancer, compatible with all refrigerants. All right, we're gonna open it up. We're gonna look at the directions, which is probably similar to most of the other ones. All right, here's what it comes with. It comes with the refrigeration fitting. It comes with a syringe full of the sealant and the instruction sheet. So we'll go through these instructions when we go to put it in. Let's check on our vacuum now, which I don't expect to be great. Well, it's better than what I thought it was gonna be. So we got down to 790, 780, Yeah, about 789 or so. All right, we're just gonna turn it off, and I want to see where it settles out at, because this is just gonna be what it is, guys. It's gonna be what it is. I'm not looking for under 500 here. Whatever this ends up at is what it's gonna be. So let's let that stabilize, and we'll see what it ended up at. All right, looks like we did stay under 1,000, so that's good. It might eventually creep above. There it goes. It's actually creeping above 1,000 now. It hung around that 9 something for a little while. Maybe I had knocked something free. I don't know. But yeah, 1,020 or so. I'm gonna go ahead and hook up my refrigeration hoses, and we're gonna get this thing charged up. All right, so it looks like we hold about 13 pounds. So that's what we're gonna put in her. Almost 4 pounds now. Got just over 11 pounds in now, and I guess this is on a fan cycling switch, because my fans are dropping in and out. They're not even really cutting on until I hit like 260, 270. Pretty wide range for R22. Finished putting our charge in. All right, we're running and stabilizing now, so it says the first thing they want you to do here is turn the AC system on. If the unit is in heat, is a heat pump, be sure it is set on cooling mode. Connect the cartridge to easy inject and fully inject the sealant in it. All right, so that's what they want you to do first. They want you to connect this here and inject all of that that's in here in here. So we'll keep it upright while doing it, so we don't accidentally spill any. All right, there we go. Basically, you just push that plunger in. Sorry I didn't get it on camera, but you push that in, and then it is all in there. You see it's filled up very to the tippy top. All right, now next step, connect Easy Inject to the low pressure service port of the AC system. Connect a charging hose to a refrigerant cylinder. All right, we'll do that next. Okay, we're not gonna do it that way because I like using ball valves here. So I have this ball valve shut, and this one was shut, I just opened it. Now on my gauges here, I have this open and this open. So that means I have 150 PSI of pressure coming through this blue hose up to here, and then up to here. So once I open this, 150 pounds of pressure will shoot through here and inject the sealant into the system. So that's what we're gonna do now. And bam, it's all gone. We're just gonna work that a couple more times, just to be sure, because that is liquid refrigerant in there right now. It's liquid refrigerant that we're getting from this hose down through our gauges and back up through here. So just a little more liquid refrigerant and we should be good. So we're gonna close this off. We're gonna keep that closed. We're gonna open this back up, make sure we get all that liquid refrigerant out of there. And now we're safe to take this back off. All right, now we will take our hose back off here, hook it back up to there, and finish our testing. All right, just finishing up this one now. I still got my jumpers hooked up. This one says let run for 30 minutes. It's been running for at least 30 minutes. The last thing I'm gonna do is take my jumpers off and then close the panel up. But Let me know what you guys think about this one. You know I didn't do everything right by the book on this one, but you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get your customers some cooling and get them by. So let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. But I'm just packing up this one now. I'm about to hop in the truck. All right, guys, I finished that one there. Like I said in the beginning of the video, not my best work, not my favorite service call, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes on this older equipment to get them by until the customer's ready to replace the equipment. So it is what it is. Now, I'm in Milford today, Milford, Delaware, and a call came in, not even 5 minutes from where I'm at. So we're gonna go check that call out right now. All right, got a geothermal unit here, and someone else has worked on this unit before me. They left the disconnects unplugged, and it's a good thing I didn't decide just to throw the disconnects on because they have stuff disconnected here. They've got this capacitor disconnected for whatever reason. Well, that's a good place to start though. We'll check the microfarads on the capacitor first and see why the hell they left it disconnected. Well, it's supposed to read 45, but that's enough to start the compressor. It's at 40. All right. This is a water furnace brand, Geo, and it's got a communicating thermostat downstairs, and I'm getting a T-stack communication failure. So I checked all the landings, all the wiring, all that seems good. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bypass the thermostat and go hook up to here, the more traditional thermostat. I'm going to hook up wires right there and bypass that altogether and see if I can get the unit to start. If that's what the problem is, then we need a new thermostat, and I'll probably just put a traditional one on for now to get them by. All right, for now I got R, G, and O all jumped together, and the reversing valve just clicked and the fan just came on in low speed. So these right here is Y1 and Y2. So I'm going to take and jump this here over to here. We'll see if the compressor comes on. Give it a minute. All right, guys, hooking up that unit with a traditional thermostat did not work, and it didn't work because you have to go in and tell the unit that it's running with a traditional thermostat and not a communicating thermostat. And the way you do that is with water furnace's aid tool, and I don't have this aid tool, and apparently you cannot even diagnose this unit without the aid tool. I had to call tech support, and after telling him how ridiculous it was, he told me that it's going to cost you $190 to get this tool to even work on this piece of equipment. So I'm going to have to order that tool and go back. I don't work on very much geothermal, very little, and so I don't have the tools to work on the type of stuff, but you can never have enough tools, so I'm going to order the tool, and then I'm going to go back and see what ails this unit. But, you know, it's always kind of ridiculous when a manufacturer makes a tool that you need, and you cannot work on the piece of equipment without it. You know, that's ridiculous. But it is what it is. So that unit's still going to be down, and someone else worked on it before me anyway. So, but as soon as I get the tool, I'll go back and put it on. I'm trying to join traffic here on Business 113, and it's going to be a while because there's no merge area, and there's a long line of cars coming. All right, guys, catch you on the next one.